Okay, so we're gonna start with.
Okay. Right. Good
Okay,
evening,
so you guys
Miss.
wanna start first?
Yeah.
All right.
Can I see the slide? Right?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good evening, Miss. Miss. So today I will be the leader of this group, and we will be presenting about some questions regarding the data analysis of DECN company.
Okay.
So okay. So for the first question, can you provide us some of the overview of the specific data analysis techniques or tools of the company has used to improve its business performance?
All right. Okay. So for this question, DS Electrical is one of the emerging companies. It has been 6 years since they are operating. So, in terms of data analysis, what I can say is most of the data analysis technique they use is more traditional approach. So usually what we get is we have one system called wavelet. This wavelet will help us to export all the relevant data on our audience segmentations, their buying pattern, their customer journey, what they prefers, and everything lah. So from the export files that we receive, we will then use the traditional data analysis, which we will maybe do some qualitative reading. We will be saying what is the customer trend from last month compared to this month. So this is what currently has been practiced because I know that the latest and modern data analysis required a lot of I can say a lot of budget into it so that you can actually get more accurate data, and then you can also uh, the data is more reliable and it is more accurate, fast, and also very relevant to the current trends. So there are difference between the company who willing to spend to adopt modern data analysis and company that maybe they do not spend on this modern data analysis technique, but they rather spend on the traditional technique. However, either modern or traditional, both is actually also carry the same objective, which is to read the customer pattern and also to come up with relevant solutions or relevant recommendation on how to improve the customer buying and also how to ensure that the database can help the company to grow further and also to of course to make more money.
Okay, so for the second question, what were the
Mm.
primary business challenge or goals that promote your organization to invest in data analysis for marketing or product development?
Okay, the primary business challenges, as I mentioned earlier, of course, is the cost. Okay, so because the cost is quite huge, so what we did was we integrate with the third party solution. So this third party solution, namely as JFK, they will actually help us to read our database, and then they will incorporate with their database, I mean with their own analysis, and they will come up with example, what are the best products for this month, what are the things that we should focus for next month, and then what are the existing customer buying pattern, and what are the most highly or most reliable and also most preferred communication medium that customer wanted to receive about the products. Okay, so the primary business challenges is of course the first one is cost. The second one is time, because to entirely and internally execute all this data analysis require a lot of time, because the first one is you need to export the data. When you export the data, you need to clean up the data. You have to identify if there is any duplicates. You also have to see um, whether the time frame is actually according to what you want, and then you also have to read the pattern and do the comparison between the last month and this month. And then you have to come up with recommendation, conclusion, and also the proposal. So once all these processes is completed, then only you can achieve your goals. This is not about exporting data and try to get um, uh, just try to get whatever things that is possible with the export data. So the export data is usually is a raw files. So you are the one who need to have the knowledge to clean up the data, to read the data, to come up with analysis, to propose a recommendation, and as well to propose to the management on the conclusions and recommendation on how we can leverage and how we can actually improve our customer buying journey.
Understand. So for the first question, yep.
Alright, so for the following question, could you share a specific example or case study of a successful project where data analysis play a pivotal role in achieving positive outcome?
All right. So as I mentioned earlier, that we are actually getting third party to give and to provide us more input in regards to the electrical industry. So they are JFK. They will actually provide us more relevant data according to our customer database segmentation, our products and all. Okay. So what happened here when we practice to when we decide to equally balance our marketing activities to offline and online marketing, we can see the our customer database is growing, and customer become they become more they easily accept our products pricing, and this actually will be converted into a desirable sale. Okay, so specific example or case study. Okay, last time when our new prime minister they initiate this Rahma program. Okay, he initiate this Rahma program. We didn't actually see it as one of our potential marketing campaign. So throughout the times when JFK revert to us saying that they are certain potential market in this Rahmah program. If you know Rahmah program, you know that you can actually buy food with 5 ringgit, and then you can also go shop and purchase the items at a very affordable price. So the home is trying to use this data and leverage it into our marketing activities. So we have um, launched our own Rahma campaign, which targeted to low income families and also newly married couple. So those items that we propose is about 500 and below. We will pre-selected the items and we will push all these items to the media, to the market. So what happened is we are currently go along with the trend. So being, I can see the first electrical appliances that adopt this Rama campaign, we can see the audience is quite strong over there. Although they are small, but they are about 30% from the larger audience. 30% of this database coming from this audience segmentation, which is B40 families and then underprivileged families, and then they are also some is newly married couple. So we can see that our marketing campaign is now targeted to both audiences. One is to fulfill this Rama expectation, and another one is to focus on the elite customer, which usually they are about 40 years old and above. They have stable income, and they already have maybe a house to stay, not renting, and their spending power is higher than compared to the Rahma group of audience.
Okay, Mr. Sixth question is, what role did the data quality and data governance play in your data analysis efforts? So how did you ensure that the data used was accurate and reliable?
Okay, so how did I ensure that the data used was accurate and reliable? Okay, so the first one that we need to do is we need to do some data cleaning. Data cleaning, we have to ensure that the data is not duplicate. the data is according to our timeline. This is latest data, and then it comes from the reliable sources. Okay, so the data itself, when being exported and being transferred to our team, we have to ensure that it follows the same SOP. Meaning to say that in order to get the data reach out to us, other few SOP that we must follow. It's not that JFK, the agency, can actually pull out data from their system and then pass to us. No, there are several SOP or procedure that they have to follow. Example, the first one, we might need database or customer buying pattern analysis in certain area only. Those area where our outlets are in. Example, Kajang, Semenyih, Bukit Tinggi, KL. So it will be inaccurate if they pass me the data, maybe about customer insight in Sungai Buloh, or maybe Seremban, or maybe Kuala Selangor. Although this is in Selangor, but it is not compatible with us because our focus area is only 10, 11 areas. So they have to ensure that they follow our SOP, they follow what customer demand, and they also follow our timeline and what we are required. Example, all company, they have their top 20 brands and low 10 brands. Top 20 brand is those that we selected, depends on the demands and depends on the mutual agreement that we have with the brands, the supports that we receive from the brands. So we will put them as top 20. So they couldn't revert to us on irrelevant data analysis that does not include all this brand. Example, I only sell brand A, and then they keep on saying that, okay, in this area, Sungai Buloh, brand D plays a very good influence on customer, blah 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 blah. So I won't buy this data. So they have to actually follow our SOP, and they have to ensure that all the database is being exported according to our demand and requirement. Then only we can make use of this data.
Okay, understand. Thank you, Miss. So the next question is, so can you discuss any changes in customer insight or customer segmentation that you discover through data analysis, and how this insight was leveraged?
Okay, so as I mentioned just now, we have now integrating to online marketing as well. So we are currently spending more money in online marketing. This online marketing is also is inclusive of Facebook advertisement, IG advertisement, TikTok ads, and then we also leverage on e-commerce platform, and then we also does all this Google advertisement with ads and all. So we can see that the customer now is not only depends on the offline marketing. And to be frank, that most of our offline marketing activities, we couldn't see the results so well. Why? Because it is quite difficult to interpret. Okay, example, you have 10,000 flyers. Okay, how do you know whether this among these 10,000 receiver is actually your customer? So it's very difficult to detect. But unlike offline, you can actually embed some pixels over there. You can actually put some data tracking so that you can see this customer coming from where. So what this customer usually will purchase, and then how long they will be spending their time in your website or maybe on your Facebook. Okay, so when they go to your Facebook, what likely they will what are the activities that they will do? I mean, maybe they how many minutes they spend on reading the post, how many times they play our videos and all. So you would know more accurately about your customer when you have this data. So, when we discovered how important it is to spend more budget on this online customer, we find it that it is also influence our offline marketing. How it is influenced when customer know about your product. Some of these customer, they won't do immediate purchase because some customer, they still want to go to your store, they still want to see the product itself. So from online customer, we managed to transform them into offline customer. So when we successfully imported them from online to offline customer, we have their database already, we have their addresses and all. This is where we can leverage our offline marketing. How? We will be sending them flyers directly to their doorstep. We would actually sending them some SMS or email blast to inform them about our current promotions and all. So this is our customer buying journey processes. We are trying to capture more customer through our online platform, and then we will try our best to convert into offline. So when they already being tracked in our database, we will try to do some activities to ensure that the brand retention is there and they will remember our brand more.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Miss, for the eighth question, how did your organization foster a data-driven culture, and what steps were taken to
I
ensure
think I
the
think it is a wrong
Because
slide, is it?
because I think we not enough time, so I think
Okay.
just yeah, to
okay?
ask the last questions. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
So this is the
Okay,
last
the last
question.
yes.
Yeah,
All right.
last question.
So, how do you see the role of data analysis evolving in your field in the future? And what plans does your organization have to continue leveraging data for growth?
All right. Okay. This is good question. Okay. How do I see the role of data analysis evolving in your field in the future? Okay. So actually, just to share a bit about my background. I was from hotel background, mall background, property, and now I am in electrical industry. So what I can conclude is data analysis plays a very important role in determining what is your net cost of action, what is your uh, marketing strategies, and how do you actually read your customer. So all this information can only be obtained from your data analysis. Although if the company wouldn't spend more on data analysis tools, they can actually either do some data traditional data analysis like qualitative or either quantitative. So from this qualitative and quantitative example, news clipping, survey, okay, like my previous experience, we need to open one shopping mall. So how to ensure that how to actually produce a very impactful marketing strategies to announce that your mall is going to open. So because we don't have any data analysis at that moment, what we did was we actually compile all the press releases that from other shopping mall on how they actually announce the mall is going to open. Example, SP Satya. SP Satya shopping mall, they opened in 2012. So our survey started from 2018. We will see how the timeline looks like via the news clipping analysis. So you can see that from the news clipping analysis, from the press release, you can see how they actually, what are the activities that they do to announce their shopping mall opening. So usually, although we don't have the modern techniques, we still, all the company can actually still implement this traditional approach by having this qualitative and quantitative survey. So it is very important in every industry, and I believe that in the future most of the company will actually spend more in getting more accurate data, especially from the third agency like ours. We subscribe from JFK. And what plans does our organization have to continue leveraging data for growth? Okay, so the first one is we try to be more hands-on, meaning we are trying to determine what software that could bring that could help us to read the data more accurately. So in the future, maybe we won't be subscribing to JFK. So we will be having our own internal team that does all the survey. we will be having our own internal teams that help us to import all the data so that we can read our customer more accurately. And when we read our customer more accurately, then we can produce more impactful marketing activities. And this could help in increasing company profit and revenue. So yes, that's all from me.
I think yeah, we finished the. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So
All
thank
right.
you so much. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Good luck.
All right. All
Thank
right. Thank you so much.
you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All
Thank
right. Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
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 Okay, bye bye.